ANOW is to an appraiser as practice software is to a dentist. It's how you run your office.
Okay.
It came because Marty's an appraiser and
Yep.
he wanted to run an appraisal office and he couldn't buy software, so we wrote it. So if you imagine running your book of business, your calendar, your analytics, who owes you money, what's outstanding, what's due, that's what we call Core ANOW. That's how we built the company. That's what we started and we continue to offer all our customers.
Originating from deep inside the Rocky Mountains, transported through the power of the internet, and arriving inside your tiny earbuds. It's the Appraiser Coach Podcast.
Minisode.
And welcome to the program. Dustin Harris hanging out in the mobile podcast chair. We are in Las Vegas, Nevada. We are at the Flamingo, and we are at the Expo. And I've got a great guest coming up. Cannot wait to hear some of the things that this individual has to share. I'll introduce him in just a little bit, but first I want to remind you that we are sponsored by ANOW. ANOW, of course, is the way that I manage my appraisal office. And when I say manage my appraisal office, I mean every aspect of my appraisal office is managed through ANOW. Check them out. Go to anow.com/coach. One more time, it's anow.com/coach. Well, folks, we're sitting here. You're going to hear a little bit of noise in the background, but it's died down just a little bit. Everybody else is in the sessions. And I'm sitting down with Greg from ANOW. Welcome,
Hello,
Greg.
Dustin.
I sure appreciate you joining me today.
Thanks for inviting me.
You guys are just behind us here in your booth, and the excitement coming from your booth is wild. I will call it that. Individuals coming to my booth, and that's all they can talk about is ANOW. What's going on over there?
We've had a pretty exciting 2 events in a row, but the Valuation Expo was, like you said, a lot of activity. It started on Monday. There was a nice event here called Vendors Live.
Yes.
And we got to present to the room. Only had 14 minutes, but we got to present to the room kind of a snapshot of things that we are now releasing and announcing officially October 1st. So those announcements have driven a lot of interest and
Okay.
a lot of excited appraisers, appraisal firms.
Very good. Okay, well, let's talk about it. So let's first lay the foundation. If listeners have been living in a cave, what is ANOW?
Right. So we are practice management for an appraisal firm. Our elevator pitch is ANOW is to an appraiser as practice software is to a dentist. It's how you run your office.
Okay.
It came because Marty's an appraiser and
Yep.
he wanted to run an appraisal office and he couldn't buy software, so we wrote it. So if you imagine running your book of business, your calendar, your analytics, who owes you money, what's outstanding, what's due, that's what we call Core ANOW. That's how we built the company. That's what we started and we continue to offer all our customers.
Okay. And as a user of ANOW, I can testify that the ability to be able to, one of the things I teach often, Greg, is the importance of a business owner. And we're business owners first, we're appraisers second. One of the things that I teach is the importance of working on our business, not in our business. In the past, before ANOW, I would spend literally 45 minutes to an hour in spreadsheets and tweaking things and reformatting things and Excel or Google Sheets and putting them in the format for me to even start working on my business. And when I say working on my business, analyzing what I'm doing, what's in the hopper, what's been done, what's our turn time, who are our clients, what is owed to us. All of this I had to do by hand. With ANOW, it's a touch of a button.
That's right, and we've felt strongly that that's what the business owners, because appraisers are entrepreneurs, they're business owners, that's what they needed. So when we talk about Core ANOW, we're talking about obviously, when am I going to be somewhere on a calendar? But that's just the function of the job. Running your business is the analytics,
Absolutely.
that business reports that we pull out. Very, very core to ANOW.
We're talking with Greg Fandrick of ANOW Software. I want to pause here, of course, and remind you we are sponsored by ANOW Software. ANOW, of course, is the way that we, at my office, manage our appraisal software, or our appraisal business, rather. Greg had an opportunity just Monday to sit down with a core group of appraisers, my mastermind here in Las Vegas. And it seems like every time I sit down with my mastermind group, we talk about ANOW because it is so integral in everything that I do, and many of the members are there. In fact, one of the members said, who here is using ANOW? And about 75% of the hands went up. And the next question was, is it worth it? And everybody started laughing because it was such a no-brainer. Appraisers, if you're not using ANOW, check them out right now. Go to anow.com/coach. And one of the things that you guys do, Greg, is I think you're still doing this, demonstrations. If somebody's interested and they don't quite know what to do with ANOW, you'll sit down with them virtually over the computer and show them.
Yeah, thanks, Dustin. So we encourage you, just hit ANOW. You'll always see up in the upper right-hand corner, it's a big leading button for us, is click a demo. It allows you to pick a time available on the calendar that works for the user. It's very simple. It's a screen share, nothing to download. Pick up a phone call, it's a toll-free phone call, and we can show you some of these features. Anywhere from 30 to 45 minutes. It could be less if you don't have the time, but we can quickly show you what we do. So book a demo, and then try it yourself. You'll notice there's also a free trial button. So no credit card, we don't need to know anything about you. Just give us your name and your email, and you got to create a password, and try it for 14 days for free.
It's great. So, the other thing that I don't usually talk about here on the air, but you reminded me of, is your great customer service. You've got a chat button right there on the ANOW system, and we use it pretty frequently, actually. How do you do this? How do you do that? And you guys are very responsive.
Yep, toll-free support, toll-free chat. We're there for you. We really try to do a good effort right now in onboarding. So anybody who joins us is going to get an hour just to get their business up and running. So we're there to get your business successfully onboarded to ANOW.
Love it.
And that's all free.
Appraisers, check them out. Go to anow.com/coach. One more time, it's anow.com/coach. All right, we're back. We're talking with Greg of ANOW Software, and we're here at the Expo 2018 in Las Vegas, Nevada. Has this been a good conference for you, Greg?
It's been awesome, yeah. I think this is one of the most exciting we've had in years, and I think part of it is the products we release, but it seems like the industry is really excited right now. Appraisers seem to be really enthused about technology and productivity enhancements for their business.
Well, I think there's a lot of changes coming to the appraisal profession, the valuation profession, and I think that appraisers are starting to get the hint that if they're going to compete, if you will, in the years to come, that they've got to be on board with technology. ANOW's a big part of that.
Yep, we certainly sense that, so it's been a lot of fun.
Okay, so at this conference, you've made some announcements. Most of my listeners will know what ANOW is. It's something I love and I talk about frequently. What's new? What's coming?
So what we did we announced starting effective October 1st is we sat up in front of the team and said, well, first of all, on our core product, we've now done over 1,000 enhancements in this year alone. So we've really take our customers' feedback seriously. We've made 1,000 tweaks and enhancements to that platform.
No, is it 1,000 or is it 999?
No, it's over 1,000 now. We've counted them. So.
I love it.
And that comes from feature requests from our customers. So we take that seriously. So we wanted to say that, thanks for the feedback, and we've really improved that core ANOW functionality.
Well, and I will say this. Trust me, I'm not going to reveal any confidences here, but you and I met together a couple weeks ago, and I mentioned something that I would like to see. And at this conference, you said, guess what? Done.
Yes.
Thank you. I mean, that's what ANOW is all about, is they listen to their customers and they make the product what the customers need.
Right. So based on that feedback, a couple of exciting things that we've been able to announce is, long last, we know this one was overdue, but the Android client is in beta, but it will be in the Google Android Play Store before the end of October.
So by the time this airs,
yes, by the time people hear it, they'll be able to go download it. So Android is out there. So we're glad to say that is out there. It's a long, outstanding feature request. We also announced that our Connect portal is fully functional. So ANOW Connect is just a way for our appraisers, our customers, to communicate out to their customers. And we automate things like status updates, email transactions. We let their customers have insight into their order status. The appraiser controls that, but the Connect portal is out, it's announced, it's a great new feature, it's no extra cost, it's part of ANOW, and it really does tend to lower the amount of time it takes the appraiser to communicate with their customer.
Right. I think that's crucial. One of the biggest complaints I hear from appraisers that work with AMCs is they're constantly bugging me, constantly calling and constantly sending emails and status updates. You automate that.
Right. So we are now sending those updates. You can just automatically send an update. So appraisers love that because it's just time saved. So definitely we'll continue to do more integrations. An example would be Mercury updates automatically, which is wonderful.
Yeah,
so that
we've
Mercury
used that.
network,
It's
that's
great.
a great feature. That's the panacea. That's what we all want.
Sure.
But in the meantime, ANOW Connect just saves so much time. So we are really happy to announce that. We thought that was great. And then we announced that you're not going to be able to download it, but maybe by the time this podcast comes out, you'll be able to download it. we announced a fairly new and major enhancement to our mobile iOS application in that it will now have a home inspection portion. So what that means is you're the appraiser, you're on site, you're performing your house inspection, you can grab those notes with the ANOW application and everything syncs back to the appraisal file.
Okay, this is huge. I want to pause here and just slow down a little bit because this is the feedback that I'm getting when people visit your booth, and then they come around the corner and they visit my booth and they talk about ANOW. This is the exciting thing. So explain to the listener what this looks like in real time.
So what it looks like is you're on your iPhone, you're on your iPad, you arrive at the home, just you're scheduling. But now you want to capture those notes. Now we know appraisers have their tools. They've got their clipboard, they've got their sketching app, whatever it may be. And you'll use those tools in concert, I'm sure. But as you go through the property, you can now one-handed capture details like a photograph of the kitchen. You can record some voice notes. That is instantly syncing back through the cloud to ANOW, and it's all there and populated. So the Inspect app is, we're using a fancy marketing term saying we're hyper compressing the technology stack. Do multiple things in one shot.
Okay.
You're there at the house doing your inspection, you're capturing that data. By the time you get back to the office, it's there.
Right.
It's synced. It's
Right.
available.
Right. Now I want to pause just for a little bit to make sure that listeners understand what you say when you're talking real time and instantly. You don't get done with the inspection and then upload it to the cloud so somebody back at your office can download it. You're talking about instantaneous data transfer.
Instantaneously, yes. It is there as you take the picture. So the mobile inspect is when you're in the field. Think of it as a field tool. In fact, I think we've used that term. It's a field inspection tool. You're out there. That information, because it's in the cloud, it's syncing right now. It's there in the office for someone to see, to collaborate on, even to tell you missed something that's important if you're using, for example, a trainee. The fourth big thing that we announced was our report starter. So if you can imagine what a 1004 form looks like, which I know anybody in the audience knows what that looks like.
Really, I'm not familiar with that
You've never
form.
seen that before.
No.
So that is now also online. We're calling it Nexus Report Starter.
Okay.
The information that you're capturing with the inspection tool in the field is instantly populating that 1004 form.
That's awesome.
And it's being collaborative. So when we say that it's unique in that it's the first cloud-based, real-time, multi-user report tool. What's the benefit? I mean, that's fancy marketing terms, but literally you're in the field capturing that critical data. While you're driving back to the office or doing the next inspection, your work could be in the office being started by someone else.
Oh, yeah.
Researching your comps, looking up the MLS data that you might need. That can all be done instantly because it's first-time, real-time, collaborative product.
Right.
So this is what many people are very, very excited about. They see it as a game changer in the industry. It continues still in that ANOW path where we're very hyper-integrated to our suppliers. So if you use the Total Report Writer, that's the tool you'll continue to use. You just press the sync button. It all transfers there seamlessly. Nothing's lost. So you've really got from end to end, from the time you schedule to the time that you need to complete your appraisal report and put your signature on it and then do your professional services. We're hyper compressing that tool stack, if you will, so you can be more effective and more productive.
And those that have more than one person in their office, your assistant, your secretary, your trainee can be back at the office working on the very same report that you're actually working on in the field at the same time.
Simultaneously. It's really cool technology.
Very, very cool. Greg Fandrick from ANOW Software, thank you for joining us today. If you're interested, listeners, check them out. Go to anow.com/coach. Again, it's anow.com/coach. Appreciate you joining me, my friend.
Thanks, Dustin. We appreciate it. We're really excited. Hit our website. There'll be more information. We're only announcing this October 1st, but by the time everybody hears this, all the marketing material should be up to explain it.
It'll be out there. Thank you, Greg. Appreciate it.
Thanks. Bye.
You've been listening to the Appraiser Coach podcast with Dustin Harris. If you like what you hear, please give us a 5-star rating and post a short review on iTunes. For more in-depth insider information on how you can make more money as a real estate appraiser, visit theappraisercoach.com and sign up for the All-Star team today. Thanks for joining us. And now, get out there and create some value.